Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the Blank Canvas, episode 4. This is an XYX podcast. My name is Joe. I am your host for the end of time. I'm here today with our artistic director, John. John, how you doing?
I'm alright, thanks.
Do you have a nice Christmas?
Yeah, it was alright.
Good New Year?
Yeah.
Good
Got
lad.
drunk, it was great.
You did?
Yeah.
Good man. Right, so we're coming at you today with this podcast. We're just going to talk a little bit about our upcoming studio project that's very much in its early phases at the minute. Now, I'm here with, as I've mentioned, John, who's our artistic director. John, studio project is where John really comes into his own. Over Christmas, I understand that you put together a script for our coming studio project.
Yes, I did.
Now, no disrespect to yourself, but I wouldn't pin you down as a scriptwriter.
Neither would I. No, yeah, you're right. This is now the time where I actually have to do something now. No, basically, I had the idea for a performance a while ago.
No.
And you're right. I'm not a script writer, but I just sat down and wrote it, and it kind of wrote itself. And we have a working title, and I've got lots and lots of ideas, and we're going to start devising as soon as possible next rehearsal. So
Wicked. But what's the working title?
When everyone talks at once.
When everyone talks at once. So
Very vague, but it's good that it's vague. You've got to come see it.
Keep your eyes peeled for that. That's going to be all over our social. So not only have you written the piece, which is now we have on paper, you're our artistic director. You also, along with Tej, our fundraising and outreach manager, you'll be directing the piece.
Yes, I will be.
You've had small amounts of experience with directing before. Now, this is something you're very passionate about. Something that we all want to get right. What do you think are going to be the biggest challenges of directing a piece like this with the group that we've got?
I think it's going to be difficult. Obviously, having written it, having had the idea, directing it, and being in it. Obviously, it's a lot of work. It sounds like it's a lot of work, and it is. And I think having to get rid of ideas that I thought were originally good for the sake of the piece, and obviously having to change the original idea is going to be hard. But I think it's going to be the reason that Tej is the assistant director is because I'm in it, and I've always been interested in like method kind of acting, whatever, it's such a broad term, but just method and being involved in it and all the emotion. So I'm going to be directing from within the piece, and Tej is going to be outside it, telling me what looks awful and what looks really good. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to working with everyone because you guys all know what you're talking about, and
well, we like to think so. Anyway.
Yeah, you like to see. Well, you come across like do a little bit, but you don't. But it's going to be. It's very collaborative. It sounds like I'm writing and directing. It sounds like I'm just telling people what to do. But it's so collaborative that we've all got each other's backs. And
well, not only that, you're writing, directing, and you're performing. Which, for me, I think what you're doing is. And I know that there are other groups of people doing it, and like you've got directors who are performing as well, and people who are undertaking all sorts of stuff. And I just think it's incredible. Well, I couldn't imagine concentrating on any more thing or on anything else other than acting. If I had the other responsibility, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd be able to do it. Which I suppose, it's you being in it. It's a good helping hand having Tej, having that second eye. But I think that's for when it comes to most projects, that's a good thing.
Yeah. I think it's good. And also, again, she has different experiences to me. She's got different styles to me, and it's all very collaborative. And when you put on a piece, you have the source material, you have the written words, you have the actors, and you have the director's vision. And actually, I'm assuming and I'm hoping that it'll be easier knowing that I know what all those visions are. Yeah. Rather than having to second guess, what did the writer think here? When you can just ask
exactly. If you keep it close to home, everyone's coming from the same page.
So if everyone's singing from the same hymn sheet, then we should be okay.
We should, in theory.
We should be right.
So now we are at the minute, we're recording this in week 1, probably going to be released next week. We're in week 1. We've got 8 weeks or 7.5 weeks from now, and we perform.
Terrifying.
It is. But there's lots of people in the same position. I'm sure we're all going to pull through. We're all going to be fine. Really looking forward to seeing everyone else's work, actually.
Yes.
There's a lot of interesting companies that we're working close next to at the minute, alongside. Really looking forward to seeing everyone's work, and like really hoping that everyone grabs the ball with 2 hands and runs with it. But in terms of XYX, in terms of looking forward 7.5 weeks, obviously we want the show to be as good as it is, as good as it can be, and we want to do the source material justice. But if there's anything that you wanted to get out of this play, out of this show, if there was one thing that you could say, as long as I've done that, then I've achieved my goal and I'm happy, what would you say that is?
Broadly speaking, an emotive response, but more than that, discussion about the topic of male suicide and male depression and the struggles and gender. Just in overall discussion, really. We want to put on a piece with a message that you don't see in lots of theatre, and do something different. Yeah, spread awareness. Yeah, and people can then discuss that and take it personally, because it means something different to everyone. We're not going to say this is a thing and this is what we want to show you, when we're going to just leave it open and discuss it, because that's what you need to do. You need to be open, and that's what theatre is. So.
Exactly. That's something we've always we've always said as a company in the early stages of the best way to spread awareness about something is to talk about it. So let's start talking.
Exactly.
Which is what we aim to do over the next 8 weeks, 7.5 weeks now. My God, it's moving very quickly. You're far too optimistic. I mean,
there's 6 minutes of it gone doing this.
Yeah,
podcast.
You kind of question whether
we could have done a scene by now.
You're directing a scene in 6 minutes. Who do you think you are, Spielberg? Right, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end it there. But before we go, I did ask Ollie on our last podcast 2 questions. Okay, and Ollie took the best part of 3 minutes answering them.
Okay, I'm going to try and keep it short.
Ollie's Ollie. So, John,
yes.
What was the worst Christmas present you got this year?
The worst.
Try not to offend anyone.
Oh no, I don't know. I really don't.
Oh, come on.
Oh, honest. The worst one was the best one, because it was a joint 21st, and my parents surprise got me a PlayStation 4.
You're such a typical actor. You just can't give a straight
answer. No,
I
mean that in the sense that.
Wait, what's bad about getting a PS4?
No, the one thing that was bad about it, is because from day one I've always said that Xbox Ones are better. And now I've got to change my tune because PS4 is really good, and I've had to change everything I've ever said.
Right, 15-year-old me is crying for you. So your best present was also your worst present. Well, let's just throw a right spanner to my plan. I've got 2 questions for you now, have I?
Well, there you go. I'm just...
Right, another one. Who cooked your Christmas dinner?
My mum.
1 out of 10? What was your rating out of 10?
For a regular Christmas dinner, I'd say 5. For my mum's Christmas dinner, it was a solid 7, an 8. Yeah, I don't like turkey though.
You don't like turkey?
No, it's the driest meat. I don't understand why you have it.
I'm not a massive fan, but Christmas, you got to have turkey. It's like you got to have pigs in blankets.
I tell you what she did this year. She cooked the turkey upside down. It made a big difference. That's why I would give
it. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's an exclusive. I didn't know that. Cook your turkey upside down next year, and
the juices go through it.
Nan will be happy.
Yeah.
All right, John, wicked. Thanks for your time, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, like, share, subscribe, comment, get involved, and we'll speak to you very soon.
When everyone talks at once.
Oh, good entrance.
Yes.
Entrance.
Exit.
Great.
Okay, you had one job. I'm off.
We'll try harder next time.
Forget it. I'm not working with you.
Bye.
No.